Hey there. So I've got a few things that Trump has done so far in office. It's not everything, but it's some of it. I hope you like this video. If you do, start watching. Subscribe, please. Like, comment, all that good stuff if you can. But please subscribe. I'm growing this channel. Appreciate it. Now watch this video. Okay, so let's get this straight. But here are just a few of the things that Trump has done since being in office. Tell me I'm wrong. Prices are higher than they were a year ago. His family is making billions, while small businesses are struggling or going under. It means they're making less profit, even if they are still in business. Structuring media, so there's less competition, meaning more conglomerates in charge of the market, less coverage, less information sharing, information geared towards spreading their message. What does that mean for public media? Like Democracy Now!, PBS, ones like that. Their message is not spread to more of the masses. The larger ones are consolidating all of the smaller ones to fine tune their harmful messages. That BBB bill, guess what? Slash Medicaid. So who did it harm? Seniors, people with disabilities, working families. He blocked legislation to make your healthcare more expensive. Like you didn't know that. Using his goons and ICE to terrorize the streets. American people have been, I'm sorry, American people have been deported or disappeared. I know you've heard of Alligator Alcatraz. His cult, they're wearing t-shirts. They're happy about that. Get me started on Musk. What? A billionaire on his way to becoming a trillionaire. Give him access to your personal information. Started off trying to control the investigations that were geared toward him because you know what? He's not doing the right thing. You don't get to be that wealthy by doing the right thing. And having access to our personal information, that means my information and your information. That sits right with you. Do you think he Doge saved the government money? Do you really? He talks about hackers. There's all these apps that are supposed to help you against hackers. Guess what? Now they have access to it. Thank you, Elon Musk. Not canceling cancer research. I have loved ones that are dealing with it. That's fucked up. I'm not saying any of this other stuff's not fucked up, because it is. Oh, and there's grants in regard to substance abuse and mental health treatment. Cancel them. I'm sorry, but mental health and drug addiction, they need to be addressed because they are medical conditions. He should know because he's a big old druggie and he's only functional because he's taking something. Y'all know he is. Needless to say, the cult does not understand tariffs. Neither does Trump. Unilaterally deciding that he's going to impose tariffs, or he did impose tariffs. Congress usually does that, but Trump did it with his ridiculous graph. And guess what? These countries are going to other countries to get what they need. So who's being harmed by these tariffs? Because they're finding their shit elsewhere. Now we all know about the Iran war. He didn't go to Congress to get permission. I don't think they used disagreement. Something else. I don't even fucking want to remember what they say, but needless to say, they don't want to put it as a war, even though he says it's not a war. And then 2 minutes later, he says it's a war because you know what? His brain's not all there. Treaties that have been in place for decades that he said, well, I'm not going to be a part of those because, we don't need you. We're one big, beautiful country. But measles are back. Some other things too, because leather-faced JFK Jr. is canceling all of these things that, maybe could save children, save lives, because you know what? They're pro-life. But, I guess the life that he really cares about is the animals that he picks up from the side of the road and has for dinner. I know everyone wants to say COVID's gone. It's no longer that. You know what? COVID will never go away. And adults are more susceptible to it. And a lot of people are suffering from long-term COVID. Do y'all remember somebody talking about drink some bleach, looking over at someone saying, yeah, that's right, it'll work, right? Do you know how many of his accolades probably drank bleach? That is some bullshit and some next level ignorance. Everyone knows about the recent voting rights bill. Now, these Confederate minded people are redistricting the voter pool, and they're making it where the black vote carries less weight because it is thinned out. But guess what? They're also doing it to the white vote. But from the latest results, people are still drinking the purple Kool-Aid that he is handing out. They're gulping it down like it's life saving. And that is something that should be really, really, really pissing you off, because there's people that died, fought, died, marched, did all of these things for the right to vote, and it didn't just benefit black voters. So what's the deal, man? You're not pissed about that? Because you know what happens? We see less representation. That's what happens. Because when you allow people to vote, they start to elect people that speak to them, that will stand up for them, that will advocate for them. And guess what? When you thin it out and it's a whole bunch of white men and white women that subscribe to the white man ideology, then you start seeing less people that look like me and you. Because of the closure of US aid, guess what? Diseases can spread more easily, they can mutate, and become more drug resistant. RFK thinks what? Thin the herd? If so, can't he be one of the first to go? Rolling back the caps on insulin. Let me say it again. Rolling back the caps on insulin. There are children that have childhood diabetes. There are adults, elderly people. Now we're going to be paying through the roof. But I don't know. Should you be surprised about this? His big, beautiful bill laid it all out. He said what he was going to do, but there's more. Now, you can remember that he was going after colleges and trying to dictate what they did in regard to teaching their students. And a lot of the colleges bent the knee. There are some that did not. One of them, namely, being Harvard. And the ones that bent the knee and did his will, guess what? He still did the same thing he was planning on doing if they would not have bent their knee. Because you know what? He's not a man of his word. They've changed it where if you have a child with disability and you want them to have access to a public education, they're no longer going to be offering assistance to those students. I used to teach at a special needs school, part of my business, and they had someone that went around because they were not communicative at all. They would still, music would still resonate with them and they would take part, but they had assistants that helped them to learn and thrive. Guess what? They took that away too. Federal student loan. He eliminated several repayment programs. So once you graduate from college, you can have that six-figure debt. Yay. You know how many countries are saying it's not safe to travel in the US? Tourism is down. Living in Vegas for several years and seeing what it did to that state and that area. Why would you want to come to a country where there are people that are not from the US that were detained? And why would you want to go there? There's much better places. Guess what? You don't have to go to the US to have a good time. There are certain places in Canada, they're welcome as long as you give them six figures and they will roll out the red carpet. The US has now taken on that stance. And if you pay, did you see his gold card? You could just pay for it and become a resident. Oh, flying in South Africans. Really? Really? So they're okay? No, does this make fucking sense to you? This is some bullshit. It's bullshit, all of this. But there's more. J and FBI, if there's something that you don't like that he wants to deal with you, he's using them as his personal agencies, and he will come after you. So they may come knocking on your door if you like kind of annoy him and not kiss his ass. Him and his cult are making the the big deal about trans athletes in sports. And I'm voting for him because of, he's going to go after trans students and immigrants. He's going to do that. And he's going after trans. You look at the numbers and the percentage of trans students in sports, and you realize that it is not a large number. They're making a mountain out of a molehill, and people are falling for this shit. And they're making like, what is a trans person going to do to you? Really, truly, what are they gonna do to you other than exist and try and live, find love, and thrive? That says more about you, not about them. He's hiring all these people straight out of college or people because they follow him and they do what he wants. They're yes men and women, and he's basically giving them jobs and putting them in positions where they're unqualified for. Part of that is disaster relief. So if you have something that happens in your town, in your city, in your state, more than likely he's going to put someone that really literally has never ever, I'm going to curse again, oh my god, has never dealt with any of it. Yes, he will. What usually happens is it takes months of the public saying we need help, or someone else saying they need help for anything to actually happen. And the fact that people's tax dollars are being used for other things versus where they need to go, where these funds need to go. Why are you not pissed? Why are you still not saying anything? I'm talking about social media people. Why are you not saying more? The people that I would see day in, day out, they're not saying shit. They're just going about their lives like nothing is happening. You have another account that I don't know about? You're not saying anything. And it's kind of ridiculous. Well, MAGA, their First Amendment rights. They're so important, right? But if you choose to speak out at your college and you have a protest, guess what? ICE is going to come and knocking. National Guard might come and knocking or rolling through because you know what? He does not like them, and he gets butt hurt that they don't love him because they don't love him. They don't love him. He will slander you. He will call you stupid. He will say that's a stupid question. Give incentives. Him and his followers, his cult, they will give incentives for people to join an organization that can literally shoot you in the head, film it, and go on with their day. Okay, so the first term, there were military people that were speaking out against him, saying this is not right, what you were doing. Okay, he gets in office. He immediately starts replacing people with yes men, yes women to do his bidding. Now you face serious ramifications. If you are in the military and you speak out against him, he will replace you. He will get somebody in there that will say, oh, Mr. President, you're the best president in history. No one's ever done more than you. You're Jesus. You're the second coming. You ordained by God. Oh, I just love you, my Mr. President. Jesus is my savior. Donald Trump is my president, but he's Jesus too. January 6th, people, they tase, beat police officers. They destroy public property. They shit on walls. They look for the VP to hang. They run rampant because he egged them on. Sets them free. Gives them an incentive to join ICE. Now there's a fund of over $1 billion for them to be able to put their wonderful names in there and get paid by the Orange Beast. Yes, it's nonfiction. It's real. And guess who's paying for it? Taxpayers. Now this pisses me off to no end. Military people that are still supporting him because guess what? He decimated veteran affairs, and the help that veterans are needing is not there when you literally went to war for this country. If you are a big proponent for the environment, he has basically executive order that takes away those protections. If you know anything, the Grand Teton National Park, that was the largest land purchase ever. They're going to privatize it. So when he first went in office, being at a national park and having people be happy about it when we knew that he wanted to go and break it apart and like cut down trees and make it privatized. For anyone to celebrate his decision and being elected, knowing that they'll have a national pass or whatever, they're like that, but they are okay with him wanting to privatize national parks. That's ridiculous. Okay, so we're talking about the Voting Rights Act, but there was an executive order by Trump that affected your voting and elections that were the start of making it harder for you to vote. I'm going to read this one because I don't want to get this wrong. No more independent banking or consumer protections. Trump, he gut the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and is trying to oust independent banking officials. A shaky financial sector could mean a looming recession or worse. Okay, peace, President? I don't think I need to say more. Okay, so the president's supposed to be our representative and represent us well. He flips off people. He curses. He calls reporters dumb because they ask a question that he doesn't like. He says that he likes stupid voters. He says that he could be on Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and people would still follow him. He makes inappropriate comments about females. He touches fighters inappropriately, saying you're one beautiful man or whatever he said to him. Oh my God. Really? Y'all need to watch that because that's a trick. So food regulation, let's just not do that anymore. If you get sick while paying higher prices, you know, it's the herd calling, right? Or maybe just the rich should be because they could pay for the higher prices for things that they think are safe, but then they're not safe because they're not regulating them. So that kind of affects everybody, don't you think? Have you seen the disaster area that is the White House? It's supposed to be the people's house. The tackiness and the demolition that he has done shows money does not buy you taste. Can you imagine that room in 10 years? How tacky. Oh, he needs to not be there. Somebody needs to paint over all that gold shit because it looks incredibly. It's so tacky. It's just tacky. Paving over the rose garden to do a fucking concrete slab? What? And then demolishing it so what? They can build an underground bunker so anything goes awry, they could just hide out down there. And anybody that paid or kissed his ass, licked his ass, whatever, whoever did that can come down and join them when it all goes bad. Bulletproof glass, all of that stuff. He needs this big, beautiful ballroom. We don't even need to talk about all the lies that we're told over and over and over. The war's over. Oh, they've agreed to this. No, they haven't. Oh, the tariffs. Oh, all of these people are begging, saying, just begging, please, please, please give us this tariff. Oh, a lie. Saying he's never met Epstein. Oh, a lie. Say he's only hung out with them a little bit. Oh, a lie. Oh, babe, I didn't cheat on you, but maybe I did with the porn star when you just had her baby. He cannot be trusted. Anything that comes out of his mouth, even though now it's kind of like mumbling, but he lies and they lie for him. This is funny. Someone said, oh, the one with him depicting himself as Jesus healing somebody. Oh, I thought it was me being a doctor. Somebody told him it was doctored and he got doctor from that because, his brain's willy-nilly. Diversity standards, he's getting rid of those. Bring back racial discrimination. You're seeing it with grants. They are targeting anybody that is of color. They want to make it where people of color no longer have access to quality education, even though many people are not able to do it because of the cost. They're not able to do it. Don't fucking tell me, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. If I can do it, I can do it. People come from different realities. They come from different socioeconomic backgrounds. They may not have that person telling them that they can do it, and not everybody can overcome. I've gone through some shit and I've overcome the shit I go through over and over and over, but not everybody has that capability. So don't dare come at them. Don't look at their name and judge them as lesser than or less intelligent. Back off. Birthright citizenship. His wife is an immigrant. His son is the son of an immigrant. Birthright citizenship. So it's for me, not for we. Is that what it is? His family, he's a family of immigrants. I posted a video about the Trumps and their history. Look at it, please, because this stance is the pot calling the kettle black. Ugh. Some of the destructive things that he's done, and he's not even been in there that, like, god damn, he has not been in the office for long enough to do all the shit he's done, and it's going to take us generations to recover. Yet still people are going to this rededicate bullshit. I just don't get it. You may have thought of some other things. If you have, please, please, please comment below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate you making it to the end here. I really do. I adore you for that. And I'll see you in the next video.